Now he's walking this way, and all I could see was bottles flying like this as he was
Okay.
coming. As he was, because
Okay.
he was so upset. He was hitting the bottles, from the
Guys,
tables.
the guy's a sprinkler. This is
Yeah,
water.
yeah, yeah. He
All
was
over.
like, as it's coming, the bottle will be like, you know. Chess, nonsense, and analysis.
Master Kobese, what are we looking at today?
Today, we are actually going to have a look at a big battle I had against Grandmaster Samuel Gindi. This was in 2005 in Lusaka,
Okay.
Zambia. So,
Okay.
there were 5 places available for the World Cup.
Uh-huh.
So, and very strong tournament. Basically, lots of the guys then, who were the strongest players played.
Yes.
It was ridiculously strong. Anyway, the last round, I'm half a point behind Samuel Gindi, and I'm in a must-win situation.
Okay.
I must win in order for me to actually get to a playoff.
That's always nice. Doesn't matter what the scenario. Must win last round. There's spice. It's always
Yeah,
exciting. Okay.
it's always exciting,
Yeah.
and so yeah. So actually, the main story of today happens afterwards, because after this game, the game in itself, in a chessing point of view, is very exciting. But after this game, I go into a playoff match against
Okay.
international master El Taher from
Okay.
Egypt, and a huge match.
This is playoff
Uh,
for what now? For what position?
it's a playoff for one of the places to go to the World Cup.
Okay, to make the top five and go off to the
Yeah,
World Cup. Okay. All
yeah,
right.
yeah, exactly. All right. So, well, let's jump into the game.
All
And
right.
and
Let's do that. You said this was played in Zambia, right?
yes,
Osaka.
this was played in Zambia, and I must admit, I really, it was my first time playing in Lusaka, and I
Okay.
really enjoyed the atmosphere. Zambia is a very nice place, and the Zambians are also extremely friendly people, and
Passionate about their
I
chess as
enjoyed.
well.
Excuse me.
Passionate about their chess as well.
Well, of course,
They come in numbers usually.
chess is big. Chess is huge in Zambia. I remember when in that event there used to be spectators, loads of spectators, and and decent players, spectating, and so it was really something memorable.
Okay.
Um, so right, so let's jump into the game.
Let's do it. So you've got the white pieces,
So
right?
I've got the white pieces, and he played the Sicilian. Actually, I was expecting him to play the Petrov, because he sometimes used to play the Petrov when he wanted to be solid. But
Okay.
he played the Sicilian. I figured, okay. Um, and at this stage, I always used to play then Bishop C4. I didn't think twice, because I thought, okay, even if I go into preparation, doesn't matter. We will get positions that will offer me chances to fight for the win.
Yeah.
You know. So I go Bishop C4. He plays E6. I play Bishop E3, and now he hits me
Whoa.
with D5.
Okay.
Now D5 was a big surprise to me. I had not seen this move before. After the game, I looked it up, and few games were with D5. So, this is what he was going for. Of course, okay, I have to take E takes D5, E takes D5, and I understand immediately. I can go Bishop B5, for an example, and I reach this position where I have a very slight advantage, and I'm trying to press, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But I didn't feel like I didn't feel comfortable in going for this, because I just didn't feel comfortable. I wanted really to make it very sharp. And one of the reasons is that the Egyptians are very technical players. And I wasn't sure if, it's the best way to go against him. So,
Okay.
so I thought here, I thought for a few minutes, then all of a sudden I get this idea to play Queenie 2.
Oh,
And I got excited that it's even, like the
it's
possibility,
possible. Yeah.
at some point I hit on Queenie 2, maybe after 3-4 minutes or something. And then I started, of course, to analyze the variations just to verify. And it's funny because I was thinking here for 20 minutes,
Oh, 20 minutes. Okay. So, I mean, he's probably still in his prep. He's quite familiar.
Yeah, of course. Of course. I thought for 20 minutes, yeah.
Okay.
And after 20 minutes, I decided, no, it's very risky. I cannot see all the consequences, but it gives enough fighting chances. So
Yeah.
I'll go into it. So I played Queenie 2.
Okay.
Now, what is interesting, Queenie 2 is actually a novelty.
Okay.
And what is I was proud of this fact because after the game, Sam analyzed this game, even though he lost. It was a very exciting game. And he sent it to the chess informant.
Okay.
And so it was published. And then in the next copy of the informant, if you remember, the chess informant always used to have the 10 best theoretical novelties of the previous volume.
Yes.
Yeah. And I made it. It made it into the top 10.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. I think it was number 9 or something.
Lovely.
Or 8. So
wow,
yeah, it was a proud moment, and it's nice. Try to find it on over the board,
And of course, if your opponent is analyzing it to the T over there, of course, he also gives it his due, even if he lost the game. So that's a good sign. So yeah, good stuff.
No, of course. So okay, he didn't take he thought now for a good like 35 minutes or so.
Okay.
Like for a long time.
Okay.
And well, the main idea is that if he plays D takes C4,
taking on C6.
I want to castle long.
Whoa, we're not taking on C6, just immediately castle long. Wow.
Castle long because I have this threat of knight takes C6 with tempo.
Yes.
And the whole point is that if knight takes D4, then I will play bishop takes D4 check, queen E7, bishop takes F6. Now you cannot play queen takes E2 because of
otherwise you're going straight to the opera house if queen takes E2.
Exactly, straight to the opera house. I like that. Yeah, it's all over. So you probably have to play G takes F6.
Yes.
Then Queen H5.
Queen H5.
I analyzed up to here, and by the way, I mean I checked this with the computer. I mean today's engines, and it's actually correct. I mean it gives it as equal.
Okay.
I mean I just want to check it with this computer. What this computer is going to say. Okay, this computer is screaming +2 5. No, then I got it wrong because it can be.
Okay.
Wait a second. Then what is the best move?
What should black do? I cannot do
much.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. This is the best move is bishop E6. Now bishop
E6. Yes. Okay.
I also thought then F4.
Okay.
Then Queen E7 is forced. Then bishop takes F6. Yeah, this is the best line. Bishop takes F6. G takes F6. Rook H E1, and it goes on like this. But as you can see, the computers give equal.
Wow.
So it's correct because I'll play F5, then Queen H5, then like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So
as you can stuff.
See, it's an incredible sacrifice, And so anyway, after I played Queen E2, he plays. He's shaking his head. I mean, he cannot believe it.
Wow.
And he's definitely what's the word I'm looking for? He's shaken.
Yes.
You know, you can tell he's just shaken.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Yeah, yeah.
and he plays bishop e7. I castle long.
Yeah. Whew, okay,
Castle.
continuing. Nice.
Yeah, it's continuous. I mean, he can, but he cannot take because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
take
of
on
course.
c6.
C6, yeah.
He castles. I play bishop. I play knight f3. Bishop e6, knight g5. So we reach this position, and I mean here actually to show that he's actually shaken. I mean, okay, white is slightly better, but the point is that we reach in this position. There's problems already with time. We thought for a long time, in that critical position.
Yeah.
It's just, and you can tell. I mean, he didn't play at his usual strength, I would say.
Okay.
From here on, knight d4, rook e8, I play g4. So I'm hitting those weak pawns. I've got two bishops. The white squares are very important. The pawns e65 are quite a problem. And he didn't manage to solve his problems, yeah. And we reached this.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I'm already bishops of opposite color. I have a huge attacking possibility. Yeah,
White squares, yeah, just bad on this side.
Yeah. C4 and he resigned.
Wow.
I don't remember what the point was with D takes.
Like C4.
Are
we going rook f5?
Maybe I wanted to play queen f5.
Queen f5.
Queen f5, bishop e3 check, or queen g6.
Oh yeah, maybe you just wanted to take off the queen's eye on the f1. Yeah, now you're gonna go queen g6. Yeah.
I get it. Yes, nice. I wanted that the queen was here. The queen with the queen attacks f1. I get it. Yeah. Nice. So that was the whole idea of c4. Yeah. Okay. So if you take, of course, queen g6 and it's
okay. Nice game. Nice novelty.
Very nice game. So okay, but now it goes on. So what actually happens now is that well, I qualify. I mean, for the playoff.
Okay.
But now I have to play against El Taher. And so what I do, okay, we have lunch, rest a little bit. There isn't even enough time to prepare. I have to play him. So we're going to play 5 minutes. And it's 5 rounds. The first will score 3. Something like this.
Okay.
So
you are counting draws, right? You are counting draws. This is the first that gets the 3 points.
I think draws are counting.
Okay.
So I have my reservations, and I say to the arbiters and the organizer, I said, can't we play with increment? Can't we play at least like 3? I don't even mind if we play 3 plus 2.
Yeah.
Because if you play high stakes game, I mean, it is a very high stakes game. I mean, we're playing without increment and this and that. I mentioned this, and they say no. In the rules and regulations, it's 5 minutes straight. We'll keep it at that. Sometimes the arbiters can be very, or not only arbiters but organizers can be very. They don't like to be too flexible.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's important to be flexible. Anyway, they were not flexible, so I'm playing against El Taher. Okay. So the game starts. So what happens is that there's arbiters and no spectators, and I got really great support from Kenny, Grandmaster Kenny Solomon, and I remember he's sitting outside, like the hall. There were stairs there, so he's sitting right at the stairs.
Okay.
Giving me support, even though I'm inside the hall. Okay. So we start the first game, and now El Taher is a formidable player. I mean, in blitz, formidable. The first round, I get a drubbing. I mean, he beats me like
Okay, bad start.
horrible. He plays very well, and he beats me.
Okay.
Sure, 1-0. I play the second game, and oh yeah, and after the game, I remember he's always making these comments because we still have to wait. They give us a few moments, and he says, "Oh, you're very aggressive, and this and that." He's having a good time.
Okay,
because things are going away. play the second game, and in the second game, again, he takes me to the cleaners.
Oh no!
Right.
So you're 2-0
So
down
now I'm 2 down,
Oh my!
and he's everything is going well. So
Okay.
we play the third game, and we're playing, and now the problem is that there's no increment.
Okay.
So I play a certain move, and I don't remember fully, but it was something like, as an example, let's say I play Queen B7, something like this, right? And then he took my queen on B6.
Okay.
Like, so I go Queen B7, then he takes it on B6. I mean, like, I think the queen is like slightly, but it's on B7, slightly on B7, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm on B7.
Yeah.
And then he grabs the queen. And actually in that game, I'm struggling as well.
Okay.
I'm not lost, but I'm struggling. Then I say, no, but the queen is on B7. He says, no, the queen was on B6. So we have this argument. And so the arbiters, they get involved. And because there were 3 arbiters watching, the chief arbiter asked the other arbiter, where was the queen? And they are not sure. And Alex from Botswana, the arbiter, he said, no, the queen was on B7. Okay, maybe slightly on B, but it was on B7. So, well, the game has to be replayed because it's commotion.
Yes.
So this game has to be replayed, and then now the momentum switches.
Okay. That was the moment you needed just to shift gears.
So the first game I play against him now, well, the third game, but I win. Yeah. I win the game.
Okay.
Man, Dad was so upset. What I remember is, there were tables because we were playing at the playing hall.
Yeah.
And on each table, because we had just played the final round, there were still bottles, from the water because it was quite hot.
Yeah.
And the organizers, they were giving all the players water to drink. So now there were bottles, some of them empty, some of them with water. And El Taher was on the other side. He walked to the other side. Now he's walking this way, and all I could see was bottles flying like this as he was coming. He was so upset. He was hitting the bottle, from the table.
The guy's a sprinkler. It's just water.
Yeah. He was like, as he's coming, the bottle will be like, and gets there. So we play. So now he loses actually the next 3 games.
Oh my!
I beat him like straight. So
okay.
And now
was he talking after the other games, or was he now quiet?
Yeah, no, he's talking. He's upset. He's very, very upset.
Yeah.
And so the match concludes 3-2. So now when we go outside, I get blocked, by the Egyptian delegation.
Okay.
Because he talked to them, and as I tried, they block the way there, and there's a whole lot of arguments, happening, So anyway, and by the way, this was not the first time. There are many stories, very interesting, in the fight against, with the Egyptians, chess, and a lot happening outside of the board. And in that tournament, by the way, I played a game against El Gabri, international from Egypt.
Yes.
And again, it's hot. And so what you had to do is that the toilet was on the other side. So you literally had to run almost all the time. And I went I was running to the toilet, drinking a lot of water, coming back. And at one stage, as I'm rushing back, I'm blocked by this is before the whole El Gindi, El Taher thing. I'm
same
blocked
tournament.
by the same tournament.
Oh, wow. Okay.
This is like maybe round 6 or something.
Okay.
Now I'm blocked by the Egyptians, the whole delegation. And he says, I'm cheating. What? He says, every time he says, well, he couldn't really speak English, but he could say a few words. He says, every time you go to the church, when you come back, good move. You go to the church, you come back, good move. So that was an issue. But I mean, hey, come on, right? And then now when I after the match with El Tahir,
yeah,
there's a
now
big issue.
it's everything is just happening. Yeah,
of course. And then they wrote a thing, appeals letters, appealing and this and that, and but I mean, I was saying, I was like sort of saying to them. I remember talking to the chief arbiter. I said, look, I told you guys that, whenever such a high stakes match without an increment, if it splits, I've said many times, pieces fall, this and that happens when people are short of time.
Yeah.
In order to get rid of all of this, you just make increments.
Yes.
Because, and but anyway, that was that. And then after this, I obviously went then to the World Cup. So
wow.
Yeah. So that's enough nonsense for today.
That was your last resorts basically in the tournament and in the playoffs. And wow, really, what do you call it? The photo finish over there.
Exactly. Everywhere.
Nice. No, thanks for sharing that one, Watu. That's interesting stuff. African Championships, always exciting, and I haven't heard this one in detail like this. So thanks for sharing, and excellent game, by the way, in the last round. So guys, if you want to see more of this, don't forget to press that subscribe button, and we will see you next time. Cheers.